The entire team at Emsolation want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. We want to recognise that we are recording and telling our stories on the stolen land of our country's first storytellers. We wish to pay our respects to all Wurundjeri elders and ancestors, and to extend that respect to any First Nations peoples who listen to Emsolation. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples' continued connection to the land and waters of this country, and acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. Always was, always will be.
Russiano.
No. Air horns.
I don't want
Worked
that.
in commercial radio, motherfucker.
Yeah.
If I hear one more air horn ever again, ever again in my life.
And Michael Lucas.
And then having to go and negotiate with the DJ. If I say, I want you to play Padum Padum, play it.
This is Emsolation.
And also, is it going to have a film? Because unlike Renaissance,
We can't be held responsible.
she had there was that bit that looked like Paris, Texas, of the car driving and everything like that. Surely she didn't just film that. Is there a whole film associated? Is Lady Gaga in it? Is she covering Jolene? I mean, there is just so much to live for at the moment.
You're in Emsolation.
Yes. Well, are you drinking on some little humble coffee right there? Are you feeling slightly uneasy around your Kate Middleton stances?
Are you?
Absolutely not.
What?
I'm rock solid.
You speculated about the marriage endlessly.
Privately to you via text messages. I didn't say much on air.
Oh, no, on Instagram and stuff like that.
I didn't say, no.
You said she's angry.
I didn't even say that on Instagram.
Yeah, you did. That's how I heard it.
I think what I said on Instagram was leave her alone. I think I have a video that's gone viral on TikTok where I'm saying leave her alone. Can we stop speculating about where Kate Middleton is? Besides the fact there are so many way more important things going on in the world, that aside, she's a 42-year-old mother of 3 married to the heir to the throne who cannot wear the same hat twice without 14 articles being written. I'm not surprised she's taken to her bed. She's probably perimenopausal. She's probably got all manner of health things going on because the red light of the engine goes on when you're 42. Okay? And that all aside, it's none of our goddamn business. It's none of our business. Let the woman rest. I also, record, said...
I'm backflipping. I'm going to contradict myself.
On record said, let's not speculate about the health stuff. Everything else...
Let's just concentrate on the marriage.
Right. Fine. But we knew there was a health issue. I am a saint. One moment. Hold that thought. Well, hello there and welcome to Emsolation. My name is Em Russiano. I'm a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, a maximalist power queen, a neurodivergent magic brain and a podcaster. And I have my natural hair out today. And together with my best friend since I was 11, award-winning screenwriter, Mr. Michael Lucas, I bring you this podcast.
Is that your
every
natural
week.
hair?
Yeah.
It's that curly. It looks great. Why don't you have it all the time?
Because all the curly hair girls know why you don't. So my hair doesn't look like this when it's natural. It's like a huge bird's nest. It's out of control. It doesn't look nice. So it's actually easier to just straighten it. To get it looking neat, you've got to wash your hair, condition it, dry it with a microfiber towel, diffuse it with a hairdryer, put mousse in, more diffusing, and then if there are some curls that need defining, get the curler out and get those happening. Spray it all in place.
Okay.
Actually takes longer to have
so
my natural hair. So
when you say natural, okay, right. So natural requires maintenance, sculpting.
Yeah. I don't have the neat coiled curly hair. Like some curly hair girls just have hectically coiled. Like Maria, our friend Maria, her hair's always curly, right? Amazing. Yeah. But yeah, no. So this is what it looks like when it's tended to.
Right, okay.
But there's no curlers or anything involved.
Right, okay.
Yeah. It's, it's the Italian way. Oh, my God, the Italian way. Ferrari, so exciting. Don't get ahead of myself because I'm in the middle of being sanctimonious. So my very first statement, and we have it on record, is let's not do the health stuff. They've specifically said she's unwell, and I'm assuming if there's operations around the abdominal, where are the ovaries located? Who knows what's going on? Stop saying she's had a BBL. Stop speculating on the medical stuff. Free pass on the marriage, though.
But I didn't speculate about the health. I just said that she has to say. She would have to say.
I think that's wrong. I think you were wrong. I think you got to look down the barrel of the camera and apologise to Kate Middleton. Do you know who did apologise?
Well, I mean, I still think she did have to say she did, and I think it'll probably make things a lot better now that she said.
Do you know who deserves the most criticism? Do you know who deserves the most? What the fuck, man?
I just feel like at this point I should say me, but no. Who?
The fucking Palace PR machine.
Oh, how? Yeah.
You had one job,
Yeah,
dickheads.
totally.
I want every internet meme maker, troll, change doer, I want everyone focused on that fucking department.
Yeah, that was weird.
They fucked up. Making her release that statement.
Where she...
I like to twiddle around with Photoshop like everybody else.
No, I know. Come on.
She's having chemo. Some schlep PR intern had to go to the Duchess of Wales. Is that what she is?
Yeah.
The Duchess. I don't know.
Princess of Wales.
The Princess of Wales.
Duchess was Fergie.
Yeah. Oh, Fergie.
Anyway, sorry, keep going.
And the Duchess is also the name of Fergie the Singer's album too.
Yeah. I don't think that's a coincidence.
London Bridge, London Bridge.
For me, it was a banger, all right? Haven't listened to it in a while.
Where is Fergie the Singer?
I feel like she never recovered from the national anthem.
Well, famously, and I said, I saw her pee her pants on stage. I'll never forget it. It's a core memory for me.
Doesn't sound like something you would forget.
Anyway.
Yes, it was one of the all-time worst.
What fuck up?
I know. Well, also because I also think there's this element of persistently this happens in culture where everyone goes, would the internet just behave? And the answer is it never will. It just absolutely never will.
So it's somebody's job to give the internet enough.
And I feel like a missing princess is like a red rag to
a bull.
Yeah, and putting out like a badly photoshopped picture and then making her, I know,
take responsibility.
I know, strange, but
and as if the woman who's got 3 children going through chemotherapy, eyes on her, as if she's sitting there on Adobe making that photo. She did not Photoshop that fucking photo.
No.
Because her face was taken from a Vogue cover shoot. The outfits were shopped in. The kids were... As if... Also, if she's got those skills, I will hire her. Because, she fooled a lot of people until nerds looked into it and did infrared shots and shit.
She'll be comforted to know that there's a job for her working.
She's fucking good. Do you know how hard it is to find good social media people? I've had to grow one in my belly and raise it.
We've done well.
So I just feel like that, for me, is where everybody should be directing their rage, is the Palace PR machine, because they threw her under the bus. They did not manage this. They genuinely thought they could go, all right, everyone, the princess will not be seen for 5 months and you will not ask any questions. Okay, thank you, bye. Oh, sure, guys. No worries. See you later.
It's a perilously slim royal family now. I mean,
I know.
There's no Harry and Meghan, so...
Oh, don't worry. Meghan's still... She's
No, she is, but she's not representing the quote-unquote House of Windsor.
Watch them swoop back in.
Do you think?
I absolutely think they're going to have to go and, wow, someone's going to have to take over the royal engagements. Who could that be? Not Camilla. She can't be fucked.
Oh, I don't know.
Who are they going to ring in? Who? There's no one left.
No, they can't. Well, that's the problem. There's no one.
Meghan. She's ready. Well, she's got her new website. She's too busy with the jams.
She's very busy.
She's got the jams.
The artisanal
she's
jams.
got the honey from the beehives. It's a lot on.
Yeah.
What I did enjoy was the celebrities apologising.
Well, there are a lot.
And they just made just out and out shit comments. Blake Lively, that's the one.
What did she say?
Well, she was promoting her gin.
Yeah.
And the caption of the photo said, "I'm so excited to share this new photo. I just took today to announce our new Betty Buzz and Betty Booze products. Now you know why I've been MIA." And the photo was like a very clearly photoshopped situation.
Yeah.
And then she's deleted the post and apologised and wrote, and it was a very ambiguous apology. "I'm sure no one cares today, but I feel like I have to acknowledge this. I made a silly post around the photoshopping fails frenzy. And oh man, that post has me mortified today. I'm sorry. Sending love and well wishes to all, always."
Didn't Kim Kardashian do something like...
Yeah. Off to find Kate.
I mean, there's also part of, like, it has been such an abhorrent news cycle, and now, of course, Kate Middleton's news is part of an intensely depressing, tragic news cycle.
It's awful.
But for the longest time, it was like, I mean, A Missing Princess is literally the story of Roman Holiday. I feel like there was an element of people relieved that we could talk about something that seemed relatively
It's true.
inconsequential.
But when, as I kept saying, I just had this feeling in my waters, in my ethics place. They've gone out of their way to say it's a medical issue, which is easily proven, as we saw in a breach of security at the hospital she had the procedure at with staff trying to access her files. Get fucked. Directly fucked. Over the hill and then fuck off again. There's something, and I know it struck a lot of women, especially around the medical stuff, because we already feel so vulnerable within that system. And I noticed the visceral reactions of when it came out that she is going through chemo. So many people have gone through chemo. So many women have experienced this.
And also increasing young people. I didn't realise that.
Yes. That I could see them just being like, oh, you know, you can't help but take yourself back to if you've gone through it, how bad you were feeling. And then, of course, so I just hope as I sit up on my fucking high horse, I Michelle Obama'd this. I took the high road, you took the low road.
Anyway, what do you think about their marriage now?
Oh, I think it's in trouble, girl. Absolutely.
I just think you're going to... Anyway, okay, all right, really?
You didn't think the wording around William in her statement was odd?
I thought it was directly speaking to people like you that were out there sort of trying to imply that they were about to get divorced.
I don't think they're about to get divorced. I don't think that'll happen. But I do think...
Oh, I don't know.
I do think...
I'd tread with caution.
No, I'm just saying.
All
and
right.
I don't like him.
Never has anything
He's on my
wrong
list.
come after the words I'm just saying.
I'm just saying I don't like him. He's on my fucking shit list. Jason Momoa, Prince William. Jimmy Kimmel. I don't like them.
Jason Momoa was
Justin
once...
Timberlake.
Oh, yeah.
This is my shit list.
Okay.
And it's ever growing. But Prince William, anytime someone says his name, I just feel compelled to say, I don't like him. I don't like him. Do not. Nah. So I have nothing further to add on the topic.
Okay.
Everyone just needs to calm the fuck down. But yeah, I do think their marriage is in danger. All right, everybody, let's just close the chapter. We wish the Duchess, Princess of Wales. We wish her a speedy recovery. That's awful. All things aside, as I kept saying, she's human. She's a human person. How dare you demand her medical records? I mean, you should be ashamed.
I said that it's understandable that people are asking for it. Of course they are.
I think it's a crossing a line.
Yeah, you've made that very clear.
Like everyone's saying, oh, I've hit the harp twice and here we are again. Everyone's saying, oh, we pay for her.
Move on.
We pay for her. Thank you, Ben. We pay for her. We are owed all that information. Well, I pay Ben. I pay James. I don't demand their medical records when they can't do things, which is rare. I haven't said, Ben, I need to see the last time in hospital and why. But why is it, if we're their employer, aren't there rules around that? Aren't there unions?
Yeah, I think...
The Royals need to unionise. Isn't there a line?
I just think the whole, as I've said repeatedly, I do think the whole system's broken. And like if the contract is that your job is to appear like even moments after you give birth, then obviously the second you stop doing that, it becomes cataclysmic, which I agree is weird and stupid. But that's why let's get rid of it.
Sure, I agree with you. I just categorically want to state it's fucked and I'm really sorry for her and I can't imagine what it would be to tell your kids and then have to have your kids watch you have to tell complete strangers on the internet. And when that video came out, I just wanted to cry. I wanted to burst into tears. Not because, I don't know, I particularly am attached to them all, but I just, as a mother, I know we cringe when I say that, but I really felt for her.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
I don't know where you're going. I can't wait.
F1. What a segue. Couldn't think of one. Just wanted to... wait. Forza Ferrari. F1. Oh, my God, it was so good. Thank you for asking. Dad and I went on Friday. We were guests of Mercedes, and it was amazing.
Oh. Is that what you want, though? Don't you want to be guest of Ferrari?
No, can I tell you? Oh, no. Okay. Well, Dad drives a Mercedes, and he loves the AMG engines. And also, Dad is a fan of Lewis Hamilton as a driver.
From One Direction. Yep.
Yes, and also the Mercedes driver.
Yep.
Also, the only person of colour in the entire. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. The only black man. On
Really?
the entire driver's grid. Yeah, there's a Yuki's Japanese, but he's the only man of African descent. So I don't know what.
Can I just ask a question that is so basic but I know so little about this sport. Is it gender, are there women Grand Prix as well, or are women able to compete in the, what's the deal there?
It's not a lot of women, full stop, anywhere, at any time.
What about the pit girls? Or am I talking about something that happened in the 70s?
Are you talking about, there used to be grid girls.
Grid girls, that's what I mean.
They only got rid of the grid girls I can remember.
No, they were working when I was there. Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
That was the message they were sending to little girls, that the only way you can be involved in motorsport is to wear a bikini.
Yeah.
It was
But are there female drivers?
Yes, but they don't compete in F1. And it will shock you to know the women.
And there isn't a women's F1, or there is?
There is, but it's nowhere near. It's not it doesn't get a mention or a.
We're not in a soccer situation. No, okay.
We are so far off. Let me just double check that, because I want to make sure. Because if there is, you know what I should fucking do?
Research.
I should get on top of that.
No.
I should be a fan
Of female F1. Yeah. You should compete, maybe. That would be a career pivot that I would embrace.
I can't
Except
be
your
trusted.
neck's a bit bad.
No, but I crash.
I
I'm a
know.
hothead. There is women in F1. Here we go. Only 5 female drivers have officially competed in Formula One Grand Prix. Okay, let's see. When? Here we go. Women in Formula One. Motorsports is a world dominated by men. It doesn't mean there's no room for women. In fact, over the years, several female drivers have made appearances in Formula One IndyCar series. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Only 5 female drivers have officially competed in Formula One Grand Prix. Maria Teresa de Filippis was the pioneer as the first female driver in Formula One. The Italian made her debut in 1958.
Whoa.
Now, there's a movie.
It is.
Right.
1950s Italian Formula One driver.
And 1959, racing in 5 races in the top class of motorsport. Wow. Lela Lombardi is the only woman who scored points in Formula One, competing in F1 from 74 to 76.
Wow.
Lombardi participated in 17 races and started 12. Her best result came in 1975 Spanish Grand Prix, where she finished 6th. That is incredible. I didn't
What about recently, though?
No. In 1976, British driver Davina Gallica attempted to qualify for the British Grand Prix. This was the only Formula One where multiple female drivers, Lombardi and Gallica, were registered. Both failed to qualify. In 1980, South African driver Desiree tried to qualify, was unsuccessful. 1992 appears to be September 2003, stepped into a Formula One car. Jessica Hawkins. Nah. So no, not since for a very long time.
Hey, progress.
Hey.
Not so much.
So we went to Mercedes on Friday and let me tell you, I know, we're a fan of premium experiences. This was top of the line. I've got to tip my hat to Mercedes AMG because, Michael, you would have enjoyed it.
Like, what are we talking?
We arrived at gate 9. We walk in 10 metres. There's an AMG lady standing there with a little sign saying AMG guest. I'm like, oh, Dad, that's us. And I bought an AMG hat special. Dad and I dressed. Scott called me brand fluid, brand agile. I'm like, we are guests of Mercedes. I can't go in there wearing a Ferrari hat.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing.
It's not okay.
I mean, look at Beyonce herself.
Lexus.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Balenciaga.
Pretty much. I'm Mercedes. Same. So we get there and then she escorts us into the lounge, which is only a 20-metre walk. We had our own designated gate. So all the riff-raff general public were lined up for miles. Dad and I just zoomed through the Mercedes gate. And as we arrive at the Mercedes room, who should be walking out but the team principal, Toto Wolff?
Toto.
He's very handsome. Imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger as a brunette circa 1995.
Okay.
Very built, very
that
handsome.
Buff.
Very buff, very German.
Okay.
And so...
That's Siri. Is Siri...
Siri's listening. So this is my dad seeing Beyonce. I need you to understand, we could not have picked
a
more exciting celebrity.
Yeah.
And so we're standing there and the security are making all of us stand aside. Toto walks out. And I don't know, I said hello. I said, hi, Toto. And he stopped and he turned around and he said, hello. And he waved. And Dad's like, oh, he's waving at you. I'm like, I know. So like I had full engagement with Toto Wolff.
Wow.
And we walk in and then there's this amazing like muscly AMG Mercedes. Dad's like, oh, can I have my photo with it? I'm like, my dad never asks for photos. So I'm like, of course. So he did multiple poses where he would touch the bonnet.
Yeah.
And then he kind of put his hand on his face and he's like, maybe I'll touch the mirror.
Wow.
It was so cute. I've never seen my dad committed to. And then he's like, oh, can I see? And he puts his glasses on that he bought from the chemist because he refuses to go to an optometrist because once in 1995 he went to an optometrist. They gave him the wrong prescription and he's held it against the entire industry ever since and will not ever go back to get his eyes tested.
Fair enough.
And if you bring it up at his house, he gets out the offending pair of glasses that he's kept for 30 years and says, look at these, look through these, look at what they did. And even though I say to him, Dad, I think optometry has come a long way. I think maybe you just got a bad pair. He's like, nah, I'm never going back. Why would I waste my money? 30 years he's been hanging on to that. So anyway, we go in and why did he put his glasses on? Oh, he checked the photos. He approved the one I could put up. We go in immediately. We get a paparazzi wall, like a photo wall with professional photographers. So as soon as we walk in, the experience is on. And then the ladies are like, let me airdrop you the photos. Instant gratification.
Yeah.
Airdrops me the photos. Then there's the merch stand is set up.
Yeah.
We go and we buy merch. And I'll tell you, the merch is three
Not
times
cheap.
the price of M. Rossiano merch.
Right, okay.
Dad picked a few things. I'm going to have to get another job to pay for it. Then we go in. There's a coffee awaiting our arrival.
Jesus Christ. How many areas are we talking about?
There were 3 areas,
Yeah.
a lawn, and then classic Mercedes cars set up. I thought Dad's head was going to explode. Then we got to go have more photos. And then he's like, that car's worth $35 million. And then he goes and talks to the security guard. I has no fucking idea. Is this original? And so Dad's like, take my photo, but I won't touch it. They'll probably arrest me. So we take the photos. Then we go in and we sit down. And as we're sitting down, the safety car driver, Bert something or other, comes in and he's interviewed and Dad loves him and is like talking about what you have to do because safety car and how you drive around the track and Dad's like sitting there, he's getting a lecture, he's loving it. And then there's a designated grandstand.
So there was a race at some point.
At turn 10, which is the most treacherous turn, the fastest turn.
Right.
The grandstand seats are padded. They have waiters coming out providing alcohol and food. And then a lady approaches us and says to my dad, would you like to hear the team radio? Now, team radio means you get to hear the drivers abusing
Getting their
the crew.
instructions. Oh.
So Dad puts it on and first thing he hears is Lewis complaining about understeer.
And this is not on the telecast.
Nope.
Right.
This
okay.
is like top secret comms.
Oh.
He's listening to the radio.
Okay, yeah,
Direct from car to garage.
Mm.
And yeah, so this was during free practice 1 on Friday. And this is just when they're taking the cars around the track. It's not a race. They're just checking everything, driving fast, seeing if all the adjustments work and what they need to fix before the race, before qualifying.
You should offer at your shows to like VIP members, just say, do you want to listen to the team text threads?
Oh, no.
And then they just get out.
If you would like to see me cancelled very swiftly, that's what we've always said. There's inside M and outside M,
Okay.
and the two shall never cross. So it was 10 out of 10.
Another rookie question.
Can you ask me questions you think M Slaters might ask? Yeah.
I honestly don't know this. Is the course the exact same shape every single time we have the Melbourne?
Absolutely.
It is exactly the
Of
same.
course.
And is it seen as a good course?
It is seen as a fast course and a tricky course. Because
Okay.
there's just a couple corners. It's a good course in that it's not like something like Las Vegas is literally in the middle of the fucking strip. So the road is fucked. At least this is a designated raceway. Like it's a road that was built as a track. Even though we use it in Melbourne to run on, to jog on, it's a racetrack. Some of the tracks are rough as guts and it's not good. Like last year, Carlos Sainz, when he was driving in Las Vegas, hit a drain cover and it fucked his car. And he ended up being 10 places back from where he should be, all because the road wasn't properly fixed. And
But isn't that part of the challenge, though?
it shouldn't be. Those cars are too finely tuned.
Okay.
But no, it's considered a good track.
Okay.
And it suits certain drivers. You've got to be an aggressive driver to succeed in Melbourne at Albert Park.
Yeah.
So any other stupid questions?
Well, I'm right in thinking so you did, that was the Friday and then you went on the Sunday.
which was actual race day.
Was the entire interim time you lying in the dark with headsets on and
Sydney.
just recharging?
I was a mess. I was a mess Friday night. I was not good. But then Saturday night, the girls and I had a 21st of a dear family friend. So we went to a 21st on Saturday night.
One of Chella's daughters or?
No, one of
Chella's daughters.
friends.
Chella's friends.
No, you know my beautiful hairdresser Helen Ciccone?
Yeah.
Her daughter Bella.
Oh, yeah.
Turned 21. And you talk about the most divine,
Yeah.
the closest family friends, and they're like family, and their children are my favourite humans. And Bella turned 21. And if you want to talk about, Bella looks like a goddess, stunning. Look, but she's also in STEM. She's on scholarship in a STEM program, so she's got everything, and is the kindest human on the planet. So I'm like, her 21st, I'm going. We did full photo shoot, got dressed up. Actually, can we side quest? God, my meds have just kicked in. I'm going to do a weird side quest. Emsolators, stay with me. I'm sorry. This 21st on Saturday night, we will get back to F1. The DJ they had was bad.
I was DJing on Saturday night.
I know. This is why I've done the segue, because you were DJing on Saturday night. Now, this 21st DJ, he was very fond of getting on the mic and telling us his name. He would have been 23.
What was his name? Do you remember?
Nah.
Right.
And he was wearing full Versace head to toe.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to imagine. And he kept playing. He didn't give a fuck about the dance floor. He had clearly pre-organised a set, and it was just remixes of great songs that are great on their own, but then sped up to like, do you remember Jive Bunny Mega Mix era? Just fucking with stuff that should not. And so he'd play something decent. Like he played You Got That Vibe. We got about 20 seconds of.
Oh, no.
And then it became some terrible EDM.
No.
And so half the room was over 40, rellos and family, and we're all standing around going,
why?
And then he went
Know
into
your audience.
some Greek dance. Like, I was like,
yeah.
So you were DJing on Saturday night.
Yes, it was the News Reader 3 rap party.
Let's talk about it.
Well, when I say I was DJing, I basically just hooked up my Spotify to the sound system.
But you were monitoring.
Picking every single song.
Hey, congratulations on rapping News Reader 3.
Thank you.
I'm really happy for you.
Oh, so am I.
I know.
We've learned from experience, because I think sometimes myself and director Emma Freeman, if you could say we're control freaks, but
no,
we just want a
attention to
good
detail.
experience.
And don't call us control freaks.
And I don't want to be like at my own party that we're commissioned and is coming out of our budget, and then having to go and like negotiate with the DJ. No. If I say, I want you to play Padum Padum, play it. But or just hook it up myself. But look, and also this is the legacy of the Halloween parties we used to have.
Can you just reset Halloween?
So for years and years, my housemate, Gypsy Taylor, who's now the costume designer of Newsreader, and I had these epic Halloween parties because she was a costume student at NIDA and we both worked for Baz Luhrmann, and then it brought in NIDA and the film school and Bazmark, and the costumes were intense. Em used to fly out for them.
When we say the costumes were intense.
Full sketches from the Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
Like absolutely... You cannot believe how...
You had a room full of creatives whose job...
Yeah, they were legendary.
Truly. And I'm pitching we bring it back.
Oh, no, don't worry. It'll be this year.
This year?
I think so.
Oh, my God, because we need it. We're 45.
I know we need it.
Yeah.
But what we used to love doing that was like this like really strong contrast. Like we would play...
There were meetings about the music.
Yes, and we would go from like Do Re Mi into Killing in the Name Of.
Yes.
But that was what that
it worked.
Yeah, exactly. And so we pulled out a bit of that. Like at one point we did.
So this is Saturday night at the rap party. Where did you have it?
Ishi Ni Nana, which is like we had an Emsolation Christmas party there.
That place.
Yeah, it's got an amazing rooftop.
Yeah.
Amazing rooftop. It's got indoor, outdoor, just the right size. Great sound system, great lights. Everything's great.
I agree.
It's our favourite place to have it. We were doing things like, for example, going from Zorba's dance straight into 50 Cent in the club. Heaven.
Perfect.
Shai Hansen, he's a break dancer. Used to be a break dancer for Jackson Tozer, did a perfect waltz at one point. But what I realised though, I'm aging. And I had to go to the youth, because we've got a lot of like early 20s people on the crew. And it was very, very clear that I was rewarded for playing Texas Hold'em. Went great.
I was going to ask you, what was the best track of the night? What really got everyone just together, euphoric as one?
You know what? It was still probably John Farnham's "You're the Voice," of course. But Texas Hold'em was amazing. But then also it was stuff like, I realise now Taylor has a very potent place.
Of course.
But
you got to pick the right Taylor.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And also Miley does as well. But I should have just thought, what would your daughters want? They wouldn't want Taylor so much. But there was a lot of, can we play Party in the USA? And I'm like, okay, I wouldn't class that as a banger, but let's play it and see how. And then,
It's got the sing-along factor though.
It does.
I love it. I was thinking about it. Probably my ultimate job would be DJ.
Oh, it was so much fun. And we were like it's just so much fun to be on the floor going, what next, what next, what next?
But that's the point.
Yeah.
For me, I'm hypervigilant, right? And I've always been somebody who takes responsibility for other people's moods. I also have an uncanny talent to pick good songs. You know that. I'll get in front of stuff, and I will say that with absolutely zero humble requirement. What am I trying to say? Humility. I'm really good at picking hits.
I had one strange misjudgment, and I stand by my choice.
Oh, God.
It didn't work.
What was it?
I went from...
Wait, I need to know what you've come from.
I think it was something like... Taylor Swift, We're Never Ever Getting Back Together, very successful. And I thought, okay, I want to pivot to something
Not too
rock.
hard, though.
Well...
No, rock's a mistake.
I did, yeah, it was a mistake. But...
Did you go to Living on a Prayer?
No, I went to Sweet Child of Mine. And...
See how I know you?
but... And the
No,
thing
you
is,
needed-
it
you know what you
survived,
needed?
but it was too long, and what did I need?
You needed Bootylicious Bridge.
Yeah, we played Bootylicious.
You needed out of We Are Never Ever
Yeah.
Getting Back Together. Then you needed
Yeah.
digga digga digga
Okay,
digga
yeah.
because that's got a bit of a rock
We did that.
syncopation.
I know.
And if you had to come out of Bootylicious into Sweet Child of Mine, that would have been
And
okay.
it's like a 5-minute song, and I'd committed to it anyway. Like a Prayer was amazing.
And Sweet Child of Mine's a bit. It's got a lot of mind. It's a bit melancholy.
Doja Cat was amazing.
Oh, bitch!
Yeah.
Wait.
Bitch, I said
Yeah,
what
that
I
was amazing.
said.
I just think if I could do any other job in any other lifetime, it would be monitoring people's moods on the D floor because I have an encyclopedic knowledge of music also because it's all I do. And I'll just sit there watching. Just be like knowing. And also this kid obviously just got new buttons. So he was like pressing air
Yeah,
horns.
I don't
I've
want
worked in
that.
commercial radio, motherfucker.
Yeah.
If I hear one more air horn
no.
ever again,
Yeah.
ever again
Yeah.
in my life. So Sunday was the actual race. And it was not as good an experience.
Oh, wasn't it?
No, we
But
had to
the
schlep.
results were very much to your liking.
The results, you
Dream.
should. Again, I'm so overstimulated today. I'm so sorry, Insulators, but I couldn't have asked for better. But I arrived at Dad's. It was so funny. I arrived at Dad's. I'm in full Ferrari gear.
Yes.
And Dad gets there. I get there. And he's wearing a Ferrari T-shirt but a Mercedes jacket.
Yeah.
I said to him, what's going on? He goes, I'm hedging my bets. Peace, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So we get there and I quickly realised this is not going to be the premium experience we had on Friday. We had to walk in. Now, we had a VIP hospitality situation, which is nice, but that's the kind of thing, it was nice, but you can buy that. But people had bought it for themselves. It's perfectly...
What level? Like Qantas Lounge level are we talking?
I
Okay.
would say
Yeah.
Qantas Lounge.
Okay.
Oh, fucking... I've been downgraded on Virgin to silver. I tried to get into the lounge the other day and I was palmed. No, do not enter, do not. You should have said, I'm like, I have spent thousands touring bands with this fucking, I should have lifetime gold status at the very least. And the lady was so smug. And I was like, excuse me, Cassandra? She said, I'm sorry.
Was her name Cassandra?
You're silver level. And I said, no. And she said, you've just been downgraded.
What a way to find out.
Bitch, I said
That's
what
what
I
she was.
said.
That's what she was saying to me. So I got fucking denied from the lounge. I'm
That's
looking in there
brutal.
going, and they're not very discerning. Let's just say that. So we're fucking. It's Qantas Club. Okay. So we get there, we get our wristbands, and we walk in. There was like 5 venues we were allowed to go in, and I had to quickly figure out my reconnaissance because Dad doesn't want to walk too far because he's hurt his back a bit. So I've got to figure out best viewing spot. And I looked at the maps, I studied like a good autistic person, and I'm like, Crown have a new bar situation right on pit lane. So I thought that's where I want to go. So I took Dad in. And because we're experienced campaigners, we got there at 2 o'clock. The race is at 3. We didn't get there at 9 a.m. We don't give a fuck about the driver parade or the flyovers or we don't want to immerse ourselves with the crowd. We don't want to be fans. We just want to watch the fucking race. So made the mistake, went up to it was chockers. It was chockers. So I'm panicking. I go and I talk to a little gay I saw at the front door because he said hi, Em, when I walked in. So he knew who I was, which was a relief. So I went and said, babes, where can I take my dad? Like, what should we do? And he's like, okay, take him to the chicane lounge. It's a bit of a walk, but because it's such a walk, less people are going and it's on turn 10. And I'm like, great, I know turn 10. So we had to walk a fair bit. We had to walk quite a way and
How
we had
did
to
Vincey
cross
go?
over. He was okay. We had to cross over a bridge that was full of people. Then we had to walk over a floating pontoon that was moving. The swans were nice. There were black swans swimming past us. But then we arrived at our venue and it was perfect.
Great.
We get in there and we situate ourselves right on the barrier and there's a table of very drunk men who all had Red Bull outfits on, and we were wearing Ferrari. Now, this is important information, Michael Lucas, because as the race begins, Max Verstappen, who's from Red Bull, is on pole. Carlos Sainz from Ferrari is on second, okay? We get into the race. We're halfway through lap 1 and Max Verstappen's car fucking blows up. He's out. He's out of the race. Carlos Sainz from Ferrari zooms forward. So the table of Red Bull guys were beside themselves. They've all flown in specifically. They love Max and he's out in the first minute of the race. And we're sitting there next to them in full Ferrari kit and our guys zoomed in front.
Amazing.
And so they all sit down and like Dad's trying to see, can't see because he's very little. And then the Red Bull guys kind of look over and they're like, oh, is that your dad? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, come here, mate. So Dad went and joined the Red Bull guys and sat front row watching them zoom past. It was so lovely. It was so great. And
they were the ones I saw on your Instagram that were being really nice to
They
your dad.
adopted Dad. It was really sweet and very big of them because their team had a fucking shit day. And then it was a huge race. I'm not going to talk through it, but I will say Lewis Hamilton also crashed out. So you had the 2 world champions. Imagine a Grammy Awards ceremony where Beyonce and Madonna are slated to sing, but both of them sustain vocal cord injuries and have to sit at the sidelines while other people sing instead.
Wow.
That's what we faced at the Grand Prix.
You have just matched a singer with an entertainer there.
I have.
Yeah.
But entertainers are just as popular as singers.
Okay, sure.
Don't get me started.
Okay.
So I had a fantastic weekend. I do want to thank the Australian Grand Prix for having us. We had a wonderful time and I will be working so hard to get us in the Mercedes Lounge all 3 days next year.
Right.
What's the time?
38 minutes we've been going.
Fantastic.
Shit.
What time do you have to leave?
No, not at all. Not for another half an hour.
Beyonce's album's coming out this weekend.
It is. 4 days.
Oh, my God. We're going to be together when it drops.
We are. Is it coming out Good Friday? No, hang on. What day are we?
I don't know. You should know this.
We should. Well, I need to know the precise time. And also, is it going to have a film? Because unlike Renaissance,
we can't be held responsible for this.
She had there was that bit that looked like Paris, Texas. At the car driving and everything like that. Like, surely she didn't just film that. Like, is there a whole film associated? Is Lady Gaga in it? Is she covering Jolene? I mean, there is just so much to live for at the moment.
It just says March 29, but is that Australia March 29, American March 29?
It'll be worldwide at the same time.
Can we just go back to the fact, and some insulators may have missed this, about the petty reason she decided to do a country album?
I don't think it's petty.
No, it's amazing. But also to have the foresight, because this happened to her so long ago. And obviously Beyonce had her 10-year plan in place and how things were going to play out. And she just sat back and she just sat on to the mistreatment at the Country Music Awards. Because what was that, 2017?
Yes, I believe so.
And we're in 2024, y'all.
Should I do a radio reset?
Please.
She had released the Lemonade album, which included the fantastic
Daddy Lessons.
Probably
one of my all-time favourite Beyonce songs.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It is my favourite country song of all time.
Oh, wow.
And then at the CMAs...
Sorry, Dolly's just popped her head up.
I like it more than Jolene. I know. I love Daddy Lessons.
9 to 5 is my favourite country song.
Oh, right. So I would say that's drifting into pop.
Nah.
Okay. She performed. She went on the Country Music Awards with...
Dixie Chicks.
As they were called then.
The Chicks.
Yes, but they were then. So they're a polarising figure in the country community, and Beyonce at the time...
Because they hated George Bush.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Openly.
They had sort of like found their way back to a certain extent, but they'll always be controversial because of that. Beyonce, obviously, this was at the peak of her Black Panther, like Black Lives Matter period, and let's just say country music... That awards is a very...
White.
Yeah. Even though, as Beyonce is now teaching us, the genesis of country music as we know it drew in...
Of course.
Much more than just...
The genesis of music, a full stop period.
No, totally.
Nothing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
but the banjo itself actually is an African instrument. Anyway, so basically... they blitzed it, is the most amazing performance. It's so great. But she was given a very sort of chilly, hostile reaction backstage. And even though it was the highest rating part of the show, due to backlash, they did not put it on YouTube, the Country Music Awards. So basically she was... and then she was declared ineligible for an award. So basically they were saying, we don't want you here. And there's a Beyonce, in classic Beyonce style...
She said, I did not feel welcome.
No, that's right.
Very calmly.
In fact, I know I wasn't. And then she went away and she researched and she thought, well, what is...
In 2017.
Yeah. Long game. Long
long
game.
game
Although
of this
rumour
woman.
has it that this one was finished before...
No, Tina's told us
one.
that already.
Yeah.
No, we know that. Tina
No,
left
but
that with-
she said it was... She's heard it for years, but I didn't realise she did the country album before she did the dance album. Do you reckon it was just so she was feeling like, lockdown, I think people want dance first?
Of course.
Genius.
She's so smart.
So smart. So, yeah, but also, let's not forget, she's Texas, as she's always sung.
So like, I cannot hear Texas, the word Texas,
without thinking of Beyonce.
Houston, Texas, baby.
Yeah.
That comes into my head. Anytime I hear the name, it's that line.
Yeah.
So I also think we're going to see a lot of collabs. That's my tip. I don't think we're quite prepared. We're potential Taylor, potential Gaga, potential Dolly.
Dolly has actually been campaigning
white women too.
Dolly has obviously. Oh, so I think there'll be
interesting though. Interesting if it's. I'm wondering. I'm just keen to see who she collabs with because she doesn't do anything by accident.
She's already collaborated with, obviously, the banjo player.
Yes.
And also, apparently, streams of black country music have gone through the roof. Yeah.
Totally.
Genius.
She's a fucking genius.
And she's selling Lexuses. I mean...
I had a moment this week with an emsolator who came onto our Instagram and wrote a comment. What was the original post she commented under?
It was a post about, it was the singers.
I can't remember why. She asked under one of our posts in a comment, I love Beyonce. Like she first of all stated the fact, I'm all for Beyonce, but can you really call her a singer? Michael.
It was emsolation out of context.
That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
That's right.
I hope you responded.
I want to talk you through the emotional roller coaster I went through because it was very late at night. I was exhausted. I think it was Friday night. I think it was I'd been at the Grand Prix all day. And I read the comment stupidly. I was doing the last doom scroll before I closed my eyes. And I read the comment and I just said, oh well. And I put my phone down.
She couldn't sleep.
And I closed my eyes.
No.
And the rage, the injustice that bubbled up in my... And I'm like, no, I'll
give the top 10 vocal performances?
Yes.
Of course you did.
But I then whittled it down to 2.
Okay.
Because I was so tired and I knew I wouldn't be able to do it justice. And Chella hadn't sanctioned the post. So initially I was just going to comment. And I went to comment.
Does Chella sanction all your posts now?
Yes, now. Because she wants everything to be uniform, the same colour and everything. So, but I just post... Like the other night, I started a death hoax for the Gilmore Girls. Like, people thought the girl from Gilmore Girls is dead because I did my own little post.
Oh, yeah, no. And I was a little bit confused by that. Glad to hear she's alive and well.
Now, there's a whole trend. Oh, my God, the side quest today. There's a whole trend about talking about characters of shows that have been cancelled and that they're dead and the things they would love about present day.
Yeah.
And I just said... R.I.P. Laura Gilmore, you would have loved getting a late ADHD
yeah.
diagnosis because she's the most ADHD character to ever be written. And everyone thought she was dead. And I had to apologise. Anyway, so I initially was just going to comment underneath. And then I thought, no, I have to make a video. I was also afraid that the Beehive were going to come for this woman. Because I felt the need to protect the emsolator but also educate her because, as we said, I am a saint. So I just went and I made a quick little video highlighting the fact that she...
Sorry, as we said, I'm a saint. Did we say that? I think... Okay.
That's the joke.
Okay, yeah.
You know, if you refer back to the start of this podcast 57 years ago, we were talking about my amazing Kay Middleton stance.
Oh, your grace.
Thank you. And so I made a quick little video where I talked about her ability to go from a growl to a soprano, and she is an absolute singer, which led me to think about, I need to, next time you and I are together, I've put the call out for emsolators. Who do you want me to rank? Because what people need to understand...
Well, you just want your top 10 singers.
Well, but I also want people to understand my criteria is range, tone, vocal agility. Those 3 boxes must be ticked by singers to enter that category. So we've got entertainer.
So, for example, Adele...
Singer.
But not singer.
No.
No, because she doesn't have the range.
Or the vocal agility.
But she does have the tone.
Correct.
Oh, the tone.
She has tone.
I mean, you can be amazing if you've got one thing in extreme, which she does.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't, but that's different. That's
you
a different
will find
thing.
most singers, not singers, will have one of the 3.
Yeah.
Entertainers have none of the 3. And that's why they sit in entertainer. They've got entertainer, vocalist, singer. They're the 4 categories.
But also part of entertainer, I know it sounds like we're just
No,
talking about
entertainer's very important.
beautiful guns. But also there is
Beautiful gowns.
another element, and it's how strange of me to bring it back to Madonna. But the other day, for some reason, we were on YouTube and Crazy For You came on. And in many ways, that is not a great vocal performance, but it's perfect. Like,
Yeah.
she's like this
Which is
Italian
why
girl who's grabbed the
she's an
microphone.
entertainer.
Exactly. And she's telling the story.
And oftentimes the entertainers are more successful than the singers because they care about the whole package.
Well, and also because she
Gotta work harder.
sounds like she just sounds like a girl you know who just wants to think that she's crazy for you. She doesn't. Whitney Houston never sounded like that. She sounds like an angel.
And the thing is, we had another emsalator come for us about putting Kylie in entertainer category. Girl, come on now.
And also, we say entertainer with respect. Although the thing that I would add is that, of course, Beyonce has all the qualities of a singer.
And an entertainer. We're looking at a very rare slashy.
Rarest. Maybe never. I mean,
She's
who
an
else is in that category?
/singer.
Who has anyone been in that
And do
category?
you know
like
why
she
it's
has
rare
been?
people are in both categories? Because singers don't have to try as hard to get people on board.
That's right.
Entertainers go all out.
Yeah, she does both.
Correct, which is why she is in rare air. Michael Jackson was both.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Prince, both.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael
No.
Jackson, at his peak, when he was really doing it, he had range, tone, and agility.
Did he? Okay.
When he was really giving, like I would say mid-career.
You're just used to the whole, when we started something. And it feels like I could do it.
You Are Not Alone, he goes.
Really?
You Are Not Alone. That one?
Yeah.
Na, 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 na,
Oh, yeah.
na. Like
Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, in the We Are the World.
We Are the World.
Yes. What's it called? Greatest Night in Pop.
Michael Jackson,
When he takes the mic. Ooh,
sneaky singer,
Okay.
an entertainer. So some would say that's the recipe to getting top tier is being both. But we will get there. We will discuss it. Are we going to do it? Beautiful gowns.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. What have we left for the sealed section?
Rebel.
Shakira and Rebel.
Are we doing? Oh, God.
Okay. It's all right. We've got time.
Yeah.
We'll leave Shakira. Let's hold Shakira. Hold Shakira. Hold Shakira, gang. Because what we want to talk about is something.
Breaking news.
I'm actually so glad this is sealed section because I only want a certain amount of people to hear what I have to say about this. Rebel Wilson has outed Sacha Baron Cohen as being the asshole she was referring to on Twitter.
Has for many years, yes.
Yeah,
and now in her book and her novel.
And we want to talk about what he did, why it's so brave that she's completely outed him, and it's really inspired me because I know that I'm protecting a few badly behaved men, and really I don't know why. Is this the moment? Is this the moment? If you want to hear our discussion around this and what I have to say, you need to be a subscriber. Please go and do that now. Also want to remind you all, the Emsolation Live video is going to be removed after this weekend. Your last chance to rent it, to watch Michael and I and Julia Morris and all the things. So you can go and get that. Ben will send out all in the emails and it's on the Instagram. But do that and also subscribe if you want to hear what we're about to say. Bye, gang. Right, Rebel.
To enjoy today's sealed section of Emsolation, upgrade your experience and join the Extra family with our premium service, Emsolation Extra. You get 2 bonus episodes direct to your favourite podcast app every week in an exclusive feed, as well as an Ask Me Anything where Em and Michael answer your questions. There's over 70 other episodes awaiting you already, plus you'll also get Instagram close friends access, ticket pre-sales, merch discounts, and heaps more. Help Em keep this independent neurodivergent business alive by supporting us for less than $2 a week on our yearly plan or less than $2.50 a week on our monthly plan. Just sign up at emsolation.supercast.com now. Emsolation is recorded at Down the Hill Studios, hosted by Em Rossiano with Michael Lucas. Executive produced by Benjamin Wasley, produced by Em Rossiano. Edited by Ezekiel Fenn and videos by James Henderson. Socials by Benjamin Wasley, Em Rossiano and Marcella Rossiano Barrow, with assistance from Jem Evans and Isabella Hines. Follow us on Instagram at Emsolation Podcast, where you'll find a link in our bio so you can sign up for our weekly newsletter, join other Emsolators at the Emsolation Group on Facebook, follow our YouTube and TikTok channels, and so much more. Help us out by sharing Emsolation with your friends, give us a 5-star rating, and make sure you're following us by hitting the follow button on your favourite podcast app. Thanks for listening and or watching this week's episode, and we can't wait to chat with you again soon.